everyone, it's Sarah here from Happy Hands UK. Hope you're all well. I know it's been a while since I've made a video, but things happen and Anyway, we're back for another. So today I want to work with mica powders and stencils. So you know what I'm like about trying to not waste things. So this is a grubby piece of white. I think it's got a little tiny bit of pink in it maybe. Because it's going to be covered, it doesn't really matter. And this is just a black, both female. And they're rolled out quite thinly on a number 4. And I've stuck them down onto my tile, and I want to try and get rid of the bubbles because I don't want to have to take it off after the fact. So I'm going to cut it on here and leave it because I won't be able to burnish it down. My fingers are mucky because I've been messing with the mica powders already. Yeah, I won't be able to burnish it down because it'll just rub off what I'm putting on. So I have to kind of try and burnish it first. So I'm making sure that there's no bubbles underneath. So we've got a nice flat surface, and hopefully it'll be a nice finish on both sides at the end. So I've picked out a couple of stencils. So there's this one. I got these, by the way, from the range, and I think it is a pack of 5 for maybe £1.99. Not much more than that. And what I have noticed, that you can see where it's been printed out, on the cutting machine, because it's got a nice smooth side on one side and like a little bit of a lip on the edges of the other. So I'm putting that down because I quite like the idea of getting the print of that into the clay as well, just for like extra added effect. So I'm going to start with the white one, and I'm doing white and black because I want to use the same colours on the lighter and darker and just see what the difference is between them. With having different coloured backgrounds. What I want to do though, I'm going to start off on the white one. I've got this cotton white. This lot came from a box of 60 that I got from Amazon. I'll leave the link if you want to have a look at it. And they're all pretty nice, and it's a varied box. There's 60 in it. So I've pulled out the kind of goldy colours, gold and brass and bronze. But what I'm going to do, because this is grubby, I'm just going to do like a background colour, and I'm going to rub, she says, I'm going to rub some of the white in. Let's pour some out actually. Just to kind of make it look a little bit cleaner and a little bit brighter, because it is white, but it's more like an off white, a little bit of pink in it from left over from a project that I did. So I just want to give it a bit of a sparkle, if you know what I mean, just to brighten it up, cheer it up a little bit. So this will only be seen where the black bits are on this. So give that a good burnishing, and that's the starter for it. So that was cotton white. So not really sure what I'm going to do. I'm just kind of winging it, seeing what happens and how we go. So I'm gonna just push this down, because it might have a bit of trouble sticking now because it's got the first layer on. And I'm hoping that that little lip will help grip into the clay from where it was printed out, stamped out. I'm actually looking. Oh, you're looking for something and it's right in front of you. Bear with. I don't want to move that because I'll have to faff putting it back down again. That's okay, that's going in. So I'm giving it a good press down. Like I say, I don't mind getting the impression. I quite want the impression in there as well as the pattern that I'm going to put on with the Micas, to give it a bit of a 3D look. I'm just going to burnish that down with my fingers, just give it a good rub down. Okay. So I'm going to start off with the dark one. I've got these like in kind of tone order. So this one is called Copper, and it is B21. Let's see if I can get that focused in. Nope. There we go. Oh, keep still. It's just doing brightness. New phone, by the way, so still figuring it out. Anyway, it's B21 in the Artes pack of 60. So, I'm going to get back my finger. I've got mucky hands because I've already been doing a bit of fiddling. And I'm just going to run a coat of this over. I'm trying to make sure that I get right up to the edges to make sure we get a good transfer of pattern. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of wash some of it off, because I want it to kind of cling to the edges. Which I suppose will make sense in a minute when I show you. So I'm just getting a bit of a wet wipe. I have been using this. I'm just going to find a clean piece of it. And I'm just going to kind of mop away some of it. And I'm hoping that it'll kind of stick to the edge a little bit, the edges. Let's get some kitchen roll. Try and keep everything in arm's length reach, but you can run out of places to put things that are close by. I'm not sure that's had the effect that I wanted it to have. It kind of has. I was hoping that it would catch the edges. But it's not done it quite as prominently as I imagined it would. So I'm just going to pop it back on. But do this more kind of spread out. My hair's falling out. I was kind of looking to try and get like a highlighting kind of effect so it's darker at the edges, but I don't think that's going to work for me. So we'll do it like this. Go to the next. So this one is Chameleon Red R29. Just going to see what it looks like on my finger first. Well, I clean. Oh, not even used it. Just pop this off. I think it looks quite similar. to the one I've just used. It's slightly brighter. I do apologise for my squeaky chair. I'll have to get some WD-40 on it, I think. I'll just keep my bum still. Okay. And then the next one is yellow gold. I'm just going to put it to one side of each. So I want to try and get some depth into it, so it's acting a bit like shading, if that makes sense. It doesn't help because I've got big sausage fingers and there's some really small bits. Okay. Oops. I do have my phone plugged in at the moment, so that was me catching the wire. This is light gold and it is Y10 in the box. Just give your finger a bit of a wipe. And I'm going to do that on the other side. I'm not sure how well this is showing up on camera. I'm hoping you're getting the gist and you can see what I'm trying to achieve. Oops, did it again. And then pure gold. This is number Y11. And I'm just going to pop these in the smaller ones because it's quite bright, this one. So the ones that I haven't really put much in. So it's a kind of patchwork of all the colours. So we've got highlights and lowlights. Just to try and add some dimension to the piece. Okay. So I'm going to take this away and just give it a bit of a tap before I remove the blow. Before I remove the stencil. I'll whip that up. There we have that. Let's give it another blow. Now I don't want to touch it or smudge it in any way. I'll just bake it as is. Once I've cut the shapes out, I'm not going to lift it or move it or anything. What I do need to do though is clean this black one up now because I've got it covered. Clean this a bit. Now I don't know how well the colours will show up on the black or whether they'll look completely different. I imagine they're going to look different because the light will show it differently with it being dark in the background. Just give this stencil a bit of a wipe as well. I'm not going to do a background for it this time, I don't think. Let me see on the corner what this looks like over it. Let's probably make it too light. Yeah, I don't really want that silvery look. I want it to be dark. Okay. So pop this one on again. Press it down. Now I think I'm not going to press quite as hard because I want to try that technique again, but I want the mica to catch at the edges, so maybe I'd pushed it too far down. Okay, so this is more of the effect that I was looking for, where the colour grips the sides. Where I've wiped away, it's gripped onto the sides to give it like a border on each little section, if that makes sense. So that's worked a little bit better because I didn't put it quite as far in. So there's been a little bit of a lip for the mica to grip onto when I've rubbed away. So that was what I did wrong on the first one. We live and learn. Okay. So now I'm going to miss this one out because I want that darkness to show through, and just go to the next one. And just kind of try and give it some depth if I can. Just pop a little bit out. Again, I'll forward it on. Okay, and there we have the patterns ready to be cut. Okay, so now what I want to show you is I've just been working on a few new shapes. So I'll just have a bit of a clean up. I'll pause the video, and when I'm set, I'll come back. Okay, so here we go. So this is my new set. This is a set of 2, and these are rounded trapezoid. You can obviously do a donut if you want to. They are the same shape. And they're now in the shop. £8 for a set of 2. And this is my long trapezoid. I think that's what I called it anyway. And I actually made this up quite a while ago, but I didn't put it in the shop. I've made Been using this for a while. Same with these, as you can see, they're quite tatty now because I've been using them for a while. But yeah, I'll put a little link on if you want to take a look, and we'll carry on. So I am going to use these as an earring, and this as a pendant. So I'll just take a couple from this one. And then I'll grab that one. And the same over here. Okay, and this is quite stuck down because I gave it a good burnish, didn't I, at the beginning? And it's been there a while, so I'm hoping I can just peel off the bits. Doesn't help because it's quite thin. Seeing if I can find something to assist. My hair's falling out somewhat chronic today. So I'll do the rest of this. I'm sure you don't want to sit here and watch me peel up the whole thing. I'll get it baked and we'll come back. See you shortly. Okay, so I've constructed these pieces of jewellery now, and what I decided to do, because this video is running on a little bit, I wanted to go into more detail about how I resin my pieces and share some tips with you. So what I've done is I've filmed that separately, and I'll pop a little link somewhere. So if you want to see how I put these together and you want to learn about the little bits of tips and tricks that I do, pop along there and have a look. But this is the finished product. This is what I've finished with. So it's just a stud on the back, and I've connected those together, and then I've just added a ready-made cord that coordinates in colour with the pendants. I've not really done too much to them. I've not fancied them up or anything. Just kept it nice and simple. So there we go. That's all there. So like I say, if you want to see how I put these together, it's a whole new video. I'll pop it on after I've uploaded this one, and you can go and have a look. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I will be back soon with another. Take care, everybody. Bye.